Perfect. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. My name is Donna. I always forget to introduce myself, so today I thought I'm gonna get this right. And I am the supplier performance manager for Expedia Cruises. Team Friesen, or what we're switching over to, is the Friesen Travel Group, and we have 17 stores open, and we're building out number 18 actually. So pretty big team. We have Thunder Bay, Sault Ste. Marie, Sudbury, North Bay, Woodstock, Windsor, Burlington, North Hamilton, Ancaster, Dundas, Sarnia, Barrie, Chatham, Orillia. Our newest that joined us was the three stores in London. And St. Thomas, we are building it out right now. So that should be open. I'm thinking late summer, maybe, depending on how everything goes, maybe even sooner. But we now have a manager there. We have a phone number, so we're good. So, Erica, if you could switch the slide. So this is the Friesen Travel Group. This is Sean and Tammy. These are our owners. And we are 19 years old this year already. It's crazy how time flies. So the very first center that Sean and Tammy opened was in Thunder Bay. But since then, as I just explained, all the stores we now have a team. It's actually getting really close to 600 consultants, pretty much from Kenora to North Bay, Windsor to Toronto, across Ontario. Oh, look at, I didn't update that slide. I apologize. So 17, soon to be 18 stores across Ontario. So in Expedia Cruises, we are the largest multi-unit franchise. And a lot of people say to me, okay, whatever, who cares? And I'm like, what that means for you is why you would book with us is because we have 600, very close to 600 consultants. And I have not been everywhere yet. I say yet, it's my goal. But somebody on my team has been where you want to go. So between our team, we have been everywhere. We have every continent. We have pretty much every destination covered. So you can work with someone in Burlington, and maybe your consultant there has not been to Antarctica, but she or he can reach out to about five other people on our team who have been, and really get that in depth, like what's the little secrets that you want to share? What did you notice? What should I say to them? What's the best hotel? What's the best cruise to go on to go to Antarctica? So all these little things we bring to the table that you wouldn't get from normal agencies with 30 or 40 people. And I think I have one more slide. Oh, here we are. Oh, and I even updated the picture. Look at us. So this is our January leadership team picture. We're missing some managers in there, so they were not able to come. We have a big gala to celebrate our team in January. Erica was there. We had a great time. It was lots of fun. So this is most of our managers. Every single store does have a manager, and some of them might even have a part-time assistant. Just because, again, we really want to support our team, and we definitely want to be there for all our clients, and be able to answer all those questions, and to make sure that you have the most spectacular vacation experience you can. So that is my part. I will just want to introduce Erica today and thank everybody who came. And I apologize. You know what? Poor Erica, there was a blizzard and she got stuck on the road. This has happened multiple times to me. Sometimes planes circle and they're above me, and I'm like, they can't come. I have to do this. So Erica, thank you for, taking your time tonight to come back with us. And thank you everybody for coming out. And I just want to, we do also have Kathy, who's going to talk tonight as well. We have a special surprise guest, and Erica will tell you all about Kathy. And then Kathy's going to give you some really great firsthand experience that she got. And I believe it was December. I could be wrong, but yeah. So Erica, thank you so much for coming tonight, and I will let you take it away.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Donna. Super thrilled to be here, and thank you for your understanding. If you were supposed to be with us a couple of weeks ago, and I, like Donna said, was unfortunately stuck in my car on the road, the joys of winter. Thank goodness we're almost finished with that. Not quite yet, though, but thrilled to be here. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking the time to learn about Ponant Explorations and Paul Gauguin Cruises. So tonight we are going to talk about these two amazing brands that maybe you already know of, or maybe you're just discovering tonight. So I'm thrilled to give you really an overview of what we do, where we go, how we go there, and of course, I will ask Kathy to share her firsthand experience of Paul Gauguin Cruises. She had the opportunity to sail with us at the end of last year, so that would be absolutely great. So let's get started. Just to introduce myself super quickly, my name is Erica Barber. I am the Director of Sales for Ponant Explorations and Paul Gauguin Cruises. What that means is that my role actually at Ponant and Paul Gauguin is to work very closely with our travel advisor partners. So your travel advisor, to ensure that they have all the necessary resources and have all the advice and information they need to best give you ideas for your next vacation and really provide the best experience when booking a cruise with Ponant or Paul Gauguin Cruises. And of course, they also have access to exclusive benefits and deals. So there is a huge advantage, obviously, to booking with Team Friesen. We're very happy we're very happy to work with this amazing team that the Friesen family has built. So moving on, today I am going to talk to you all about how our small and intimate ships will bring you to extraordinary journeys. So like I said, I'm really going to provide an overview of who Ponant is, who Paul Gauguin Cruises is, the destinations that we sail to, and the experiences that you can expect when traveling with us, and of course, the inclusions of your voyage. So we're going to get started with Ponant Explorations, the world leader in small ship exploration cruising. If you're wondering what's the relationship between Ponant and Paul Gauguin Cruises, Ponant Explorations actually acquired Paul Gauguin Cruises in 2019. Oh my gosh, so long ago already. So in 2019, so Ponant is the parent company, but of course, we operate Paul Gauguin Cruises as a whole brand, and you'll understand why a little bit later. But for now, we're going to focus on Ponant Explorations, and I'm going to get started with a short video because we have beautiful imagery, and hopefully it will just really help you immerse yourself in the world of Ponant Explorations.
Ponant, explore to inspire.
All right. So as you can see, as you saw in the video, there was a lot of diversity when it comes to the landscapes. And that's because we actually sail all over the globe. So the Ponant ships, oh, excuse me, my presentation skipped forward. But we sail all over the globe, so to over 450 destinations worldwide. So that's including the polar regions, the Arctic, Antarctica, but everywhere in between, whether you're looking for a more tropical experience, a more cultural destination such as Asia, Europe, Central America, the polar regions, we sail all over the globe. So there is bound to be something that's going to fit your needs, your interests, what you're looking for. But it's all about going off the beaten path. You'll understand why a little bit later, but we really do strive in going places that others don't, thanks to our small ships. So, what truly sets us apart at Ponant Explorations? So, that would be our passion, like I just mentioned, for going to places nobody else goes to. This concept has actually been driving us since 1988 when the company was founded by French sailors. So we are European-based cruise line. Our headquarters are actually based in Marseille, south of France, where it's nice and sunny right now. But we also have international offices in Australia and North America that support our travel agency partners locally. So we definitely celebrate our French heritage through our Michelin star cuisine, our bilingual service on board, and our renowned savoir-faire. And all these components truly attract guests from all over the world. So it's really an international experience on board. We are truly dedicated to innovation, to sustainability, and we truly do ensure that all of our ships have a limited impact on the environment. They are all certified clean ship by the French Bureau Veritas. And of course, our fleet of 12 human-sized ships, we'll take a look at these ships in the next slides, that allow us to access destinations that larger operators, larger ships just simply cannot access. So just to take a look at the fleet, we'll start with Le Ponant, which is our iconic three-master sailing ship. So if you're into sailing and you love the sea, this is a wonderful product for you. It's a beautiful experience. It's slow-paced exploration in truly beautiful destinations. So this is actually our flagship. So the first ship of the fleet that was fully refurbished back in 2021. She is a sailing boat, so we do sail as much as possible with the sails, actually. And it's a very limited number of guests that we will welcome on board Le Ponant. So we are talking a maximum of 32 guests only, and 33 crew members. So there's wonderful and personalized service. And the ship is actually, since 2023, the only relais and chateau property at sea. So wonderful guest experience on board. In terms of destinations, we are going to find Le Ponant mainly in the Mediterranean during the summertime and in the Caribbean during the wintertime. But again, thanks to the very, small size of the ship, we're really truly capable of going into these very small islands that nobody else goes into. So beautiful experience. Moving on to our sister ship vessels. So 4 sister ships that were purposely built to sail all over the globe, including the polar regions. And they were built between 2010 and 2015. They can accommodate a maximum of 200 guests on board. So that's ideal when we are sailing to the polar regions, for example, in Antarctica, because we can access areas that are not accessible to the larger ships and disembark as much as possible, so you are truly experiencing the destination. So we have, it's beautiful interior design. As you can see, this is the reception. Just to give you an idea of the vibe on board, it's kind of like a private yacht feel. It's truly just a very personalized experience. There's multiple public spaces on our sister ship vessels. We have 2 lounges. So one located on deck 3, which is a little bit more lively. That's where you'll go have cocktails before going to dinner, for instance. And then the second lounge would be located on deck 6. And this is what you see on the screen. We call it the panoramic lounge. This is an area that will be a little bit more calm, where you will go enjoy the beautiful views. There's lots of natural light, beautiful large windows, so you can enjoy the beautiful scenery while enjoying some music and conversations with the other guests on board. In terms of dining on board the sister ship vessels, we have two restaurants. Of course, all dining options and access to the restaurants are included. So there is an a la carte restaurant, which is located on deck 2, which is right on the water. It's absolutely stunning. Of course, the dining experience, it's French cuisine, but also inspired by the destinations that we sail to. So we make sure that we're actually purchasing local produce, local products, and ensuring that there's always something local on the menu. The gastronomy on board is actually, the menus are elaborated by Alain Ducasse, who is a Michelin star French chef. So the dining experience is absolutely amazing. But if you want something a little bit more casual, we have a second restaurant, which would be located on deck 6. It is a buffet. It's a little bit more casual. So if you don't necessarily want that a la carte experience. And then, of course, you also have 24-hour room service. And then moving on to the accommodations. So on board the sister ship vessels, 95% of our staterooms and suites will have private balconies. Once again, very comfortable. All of our staterooms and suites are ocean view, so we don't have any inside staterooms. We want you to see what's going on outside. We want you to experience the destination. So there's various categories depending on your needs, your wishes, the space that you would like. So the first category would be our deluxe stateroom located on deck 3 with a balcony, but then we also have different categories on the upper decks. So on decks 3, 4, 5, and 6. So again, of course, I'm not going to do an overview of all the staterooms and suites on board. Of course, you can always reach out to your travel advisor and they'll make sure to recommend the best option for you. Moving on to our Ponant Explorer class vessels. I think that these are probably one of my favorites. These ships were purposely built even smaller. So we accommodate only a maximum of 180 guests on board these ships. And they joined the fleet 2 by 2 between 2018 and 2020. So we actually have 6 Explorer class vessels. They're all named after French explorers, which is pretty interesting. And all of these staterooms and suites on these ships have private balconies. What's really special about these vessels is that they were actually built to sail to warmer destinations for the simple reason that they are all equipped of an underwater sensory lounge that we call the Blue Eye. This space is unique to Ponant. It's a unique concept. It's kind of like you're in a submarine without getting off the ship. So it's this underwater lounge with these 2 massive portholes on each side so you can enjoy the underwater scenery while having a glass of champagne or just relaxing from the comfort of the ship. So it's truly one of our guests' favorites. I want you to imagine sailing in the beautiful, pristine waters of the Indian Ocean. Well, maybe not the Indian Ocean right now, apologies, but maybe the Caribbean or even the Mediterranean. Also, we have one of these ships in French Polynesia alongside the Paul Gauguin. So it's just a wonderful experience. And again, a very unique concept. This is a photo of the reception area on board our Explorer class vessels. As you can see, once again, lots of natural light, beautiful interior design that just blends so well with the beautiful scenery. It's very modern. Similar to our sister ship vessels, we are going to have 2 restaurants on board our Explorer class vessels. The a la carte restaurant is located on deck 4. And then the more casual restaurant is actually located on deck 3 outside. Again, these ships were built to sail to warmer destinations, so there's lots of outside spaces. I do want to mention there's no need to make a reservation. There's enough spots for everyone. So it's a pretty casual setting in any case. And then in terms of accommodations, like I mentioned, on board these ships, all of the suites and staterooms have private balconies. So this would be the lead-in stateroom, a deluxe cabin located on deck 3. So once again, beautiful interior design that blends super well with the beautiful scenery. We're going to cooler destinations with the star of our fleet. Moving on to Le Commandant Charcot, which is the first and only luxury icebreaker in the world. This wonderful and unique vessel accommodates only 200 guests as well. So she looks massive, but she's actually quite intimate. It's truly a pioneering ship. She was purposely built to sail to the most remote areas of the Arctic and Antarctica. So we're talking destinations that nobody else goes to. And she is powered by liquefied natural gas and electricity. So she is, of course, very sustainable. So when I say that she was purposely built to sail to the most remote areas of the polar regions, we're talking, for example, about the geographic North Pole. So we sail to the top of the world with this ship multiple times a year, every summer. But we're also talking about remote areas of Greenland, for example, or where you will have the opportunity to visit local communities, view beautiful landscapes, as you can see. Once again, beautiful, breathtaking landscapes. And maybe you'll even spot polar bears in the Arctic on board the ship, or maybe you'll walk with the emperor penguin colonies in Antarctica. So we're really going places that other operators are not capable of going to, and we're going there in total comfort and luxury. What makes this ship so unique is the fact that she has what we call a PC2 ice hull. So she is basically, like I mentioned, an icebreaker. She's actually currently the most powerful non-nuclear ship on the market. So once again, we really get to places that nobody else goes to because we're sailing gently through the ice. What does that mean? That means that we're not disembarking at a pier. We're not disembarking on a Zodiac in open water. We're most of the time disembarking directly on the ice and participating in immersive polar activities, whether that's dog sledding, science activities, snowshoeing. So there's really always something to do. Polar plunging for those who are courageous enough to do so when we do find some open water. So lots of immersive activities that are included, including scientific activities. Because the ship is capable of sailing where others don't, we wanted to dedicate the ship to science. So that's why the ship is actually equipped with 2 science labs, and we actually host international scientists on every departure on board Le Commandant Charcot. And our guests have the opportunity to engage with those scientists and learn from them, and sometimes actually participate in the scientific research as well. So there's truly a wonderful opportunity, a learning opportunity and enrichment opportunity when it comes to education and really learning about the destination that you're sailing to. And like I said, of course, we're sailing to these remote areas in total comfort and luxury. This ship is absolutely stunning. She's absolutely beautiful. There's, once again, so much natural light, so you can really enjoy the beautiful scenery of the polar regions. Same as our other vessels, we have 2 restaurants on board. Including the a la carte restaurant, Nuna, which is actually Alain Ducasse's only restaurant at sea. So the chef actually comes on board the ship on a regular basis to train the team. So I can say that the dining experience is absolutely amazing on board this ship, as it is on all of our vessels. But on this ship, it is truly special. And then, of course, wellness is very important as well. Our guests are participating in all of these immersive activities. When they come back on the ship, you can just enjoy being on the ship and the amenities. So we have a wonderful wellness area where there's a detox juice bar. It's the only bar where we don't serve champagne on board the ship. There's also a sauna, as well as a snow room for our guests to be able to do the Scandinavian hot and cold ritual. There's an indoor swimming pool. So it's just truly an amazing space that is obviously included for all our guests on board. And then, of course, we also, once again, have multiple stateroom and suites categories depending on what you're looking for, the space that you need. 100%, I mean, all of our staterooms and suites on board this ship have private balconies. So this would be one of our deluxe suites located on deck 6. So now we've seen all of our Ponant ships. I wanted to, explain the inclusions. It's pretty much an all-inclusive experience. And I think that when we reflect on what luxury means to each person, obviously it's going to be different because luxury is so personal. But I think that when we're traveling, especially to these very unique destinations, being able to just, lay back and, not worry about what's included or not is, truly benefits the experience. So that's why on board Ponant, everything is included, from gourmet meals, gratuities are included, all of your alcoholic, non-alcoholic beverages, 24-hour room service, unlimited Wi-Fi for an unlimited number of devices. When we are sailing to a more cultural destination, we will include one shore excursion per person per stopover. And when we're sailing in expedition mode, we will include all of the activities as well. So on board the Zodiac inflatables, all of the outings. And when we sail to the polar regions, we will include a wonderful Ponant parka to keep and boots to burrow. So it's a nice souvenir. And then beyond the onboard experience, our beautiful ships and all the amenities on board, it's really also what you take away from your journey with Ponant, how you're going to return home, and how we explore together these beautiful destinations. So everything that Ponant does is built around core pillars. It's the foundation of what we do. So exploration would be the first one. And that's truly a concept that we have adopted for all destinations. We consider that we can explore Greece as much as Antarctica, or Italy as much as the Arctic. It's just really a way of visiting a destination. So we're really into exploration, going, once again, places that nobody else can go to, and just really learning about that destination. The second pillar would be human connection. It's really the size of our ships, again, that really gives you the opportunity to engage with other people that come from all over the world, but also have access to our crew members, our captains. Our captains are very present throughout the entire sailing. They will greet you when you will board the ship at embarkation. They'll make sure that you're getting on the Zodiac safely themselves. And of course, it's also access and human connection with experts on board. So we do have an educational component, and that is one of our main pillars as well. Education and science. It's all about learning about the destination. Of course, we love the great food, the champagne, the butter, but it's all about really learning about the destination and having firsthand access to experts that are there to tell you all about the destination, whether it's somebody that's going to lecture on a specific culture, or maybe it's someone that is a glaciologist, or maybe they're part of an exclusive club, but their role is to share their knowledge with you. So there's truly an educational component to every Ponant sailing. And speaking of enrichment, we do have wonderful alliances and partnerships with world-renowned organizations. For example, the Explorers Club, Relais Chateau, like I mentioned, and Smithsonian Journeys. Smithsonian Journeys is probably one of the alliance that is the most popular for us here in North America. If you're not familiar with Smithsonian Journeys, It is the travel program of the Smithsonian Institute, which offers culturally rich travel experiences around the world, led by experts from Smithsonian Journeys. So we're talking historians, scientists, researchers. So we have select sailings in alliance with Smithsonian Journeys, which are actually truly tailored to the North American market. And what I mean by that is that these specific voyages are operated 100% in English. I mentioned previously that we offer a bilingual experience. So we have guests from all over the world, whether it's English-speaking markets, French-speaking markets, and they all blend very well together. But if you're looking for an English-speaking only experience, Smithsonian Journeys is definitely a great option for you to consider. So I am pleased to share with you our very first offer in collaboration actually with Smithsonian Journeys. We're offering on all new bookings for all 2026 voyages an onboard credit of $1,000 per stateroom for 2 people. What are you going to use your shipboard credit when everything is included? Well, you can use that to go to the spa, for instance, and book a massage or a facial, or go to the hairdresser on board. You can use that to buy a premium bottle of wine. You can use it to go to the boutique and buy some souvenirs. There's always way to spend the onboard credit, but it is a very rich offer. And again, it is the first one that we're doing with Smithsonian Journeys. So it is valid until the end of March. So I hope that you can take advantage of it. I do have in the next few slides just a few itineraries that are taking place in 2026. Mainly in the Mediterranean. I'm not going to go super into detail just because we still have a lot to cover, but I just wanted to give you kind of a snapshot of the type of itinerary that we do in collaboration with Smithsonian Journeys. So this one, for example, cruising the Greek islands of the Southern Asian from Athens. So again, take a look at the itinerary. We're really going into those small Greek islands that are not accessible to the larger ships. And then, of course, we have our Smithsonian Journeys experts on board. I absolutely love this itinerary, starting in Venice, cruising the Dalmatian coast. We are amongst the cruise lines that can still go dock into Venice. It is an amazing experience. And then we're going into these small ports of call in Croatia. And we also have the opportunity to cross the Corinth Canal, which I've had the opportunity to do multiple times when I used to work on board the Ponant ships. And it's just mind-blowing. It's absolutely amazing. It's a beautiful itinerary that is taking place in June 2026. Circumnavigation of Sicily. Sicily is a very popular. So this is another amazing itinerary offered in collaboration with Smithsonian Journeys. This one as well. Sailing from Barcelona to Lisbon. We're visiting Spain and Portugal. And then I am going to skip this video because it seems like it's not working, but I will make sure to send it to Donna. Oh, here it is. Apologies, it is working. Right. So that's a brand new video. I'm happy that it worked because, again, just beautiful imagery to give you an idea of where we go. So now that we've covered Ponant explorations, I am just so thrilled to speak to you about Paul Gauguin cruises. We're going to continue with French Polynesia's destination expert, and we have been for over 25 years. Just to, kind of talk about the destination before we talk about the ship. French Polynesia is actually made up of 118 islands in the South Pacific. So it's roughly the size of Europe. It's a destination that has managed to preserve their authenticity and protect themselves from mass tourism. So there's different islands. We have heard of the Society Islands, who are the home of the famous islands of Bora Bora and Moorea. But then we have more confidential islands, such as the Tuamotus, that are known for their coral atolls and world-class diving. And then we have the Marquesas, which are remote, dramatic, and volcanic islands. And then we have the Austral Islands and the Gambier Islands that are a little bit more remote. So really beautiful and different sceneries in this destination. When we hear of French Polynesia, often people will think immediately that it's very distant and it's kind of like this once in a lifetime destination that is so far away. But in reality, it is much more accessible than most people imagine. As you can see, it's just a few hours from Los Angeles. I know that for folks that are located on the East Coast, we still need to cross the country. But when you think of it, it's just a few hours and you are in paradise. When we think of French Polynesia as well, we are obviously going to imagine beautiful, lush landscapes, stunning white sand beaches. We're going to think of a vibrant culture. We are also going to think of crystal clear waters, beautiful coral reefs, exceptional marine fauna. And we may also think of an overwater bungalow, but with Paul Gauguin Cruises, your overwater bungalow actually travels with you. And that's where you're really going to get that elevated experience of French Polynesia, because it's going to allow you to discover multiple islands in the most authentic way. And of course, you only have to unpack once and we'll take care of the rest. Again, I've included a few videos in this presentation just because I think that we do a really good job. So I have a video now. Oh, or not. Here it is.
In French Polynesia, amid Bora Bora and the Marquesas, there is an honorary island adopted as our own, the MS Paul Gauguin, embodying our spirit, what we call mana. Tahitians live aboard, welcoming guests and sharing our culture. On casual, unrushed, luxuriant days, nurturing long-standing relationships and caring for our community. This beloved ship reveals our soul, our South Seas, with more unique itineraries and more glorious overnights than other ships who come and go. For these islands are the home of the Gauguin, Paul Gauguin Cruises, French Polynesia's destination expert.
All right. So Paul Gauguin Cruises is actually the longest running year-round cruise operator in the South Pacific. So we really do offer an unmatched experience of these beautiful islands. And the secret to our success is our ship. It's the MS Paul Gauguin. So a ship that was purposely built to sail close to the islands thanks to a very shallow draft, which enables us to really get right up into the destinations and into the islands, the destination, and really just experience the landscapes, but also the scents, the sounds. The ship is actually quite spacious. There's a total of 7 decks and a capacity of only 330 guests. So it's still very intimate. So it gives you that intimate, experience, but, you're also getting space to enjoy your vacation. The ship was actually refurbished last year, so for 6 weeks. And there's really this beautiful, warm, elegant decor that harmonizes super well with the beautiful tropical landscapes. Our guests can enjoy a variety of public spaces, whether that's elegant bars, comfortable lounges, and of course, vibrant areas for entertainment. So there's always something to do on board. In terms of dining options, there are actually 3 restaurants on board, and of course, they're all included. So the first one would be L'Étoile, which is open for dinner. It is open seating. Then La Véranda, which is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You do have to make a reservation for dinner. And then the Grill, that was actually fully renovated as well last year during the refurbishment, which is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You do have to reserve your spot there as well for dinner. But, again, 3 fantastic options. And once again, you also do have room service on board that is included. There is a beautiful pool deck that has also been renovated last year. And there is also a spa on board for you to relax. I wanted to share a deck plan just for you to give you an idea of the different, the different spaces on board, but also to show you that there are many different categories when it comes to suites and staterooms. So we have porthole staterooms, window staterooms, balcony staterooms. 70% of our staterooms have private balconies on board the ship. But again, there's many options depending on what you want in terms of your accommodation. So like I said, 70% of our staterooms and suites have private balconies. This would be a picture of our category C and D located on deck 6 and 7 that have private balconies. So as you can see, just some warm tones that just fit beautifully with the beautiful landscapes. I also wanted to mention that we added multi-generational staterooms during the refurbishment. We're seeing more and more families traveling to French Polynesia. So to answer to that demand, we added connecting staterooms. So if you're traveling as a family, we've got you. And then in terms of inclusions on board, it is all inclusive on board the ship. So that means all your meals are included, access to restaurants, 24-hour room service, alcoholic, non-alcoholic beverages, onboard gratuities, Wi-Fi. So again, it's an onboard all-inclusive experience. And the reason why I say on board is because excursions are not included with Paul Gauguin cruises for the simple reason that we offer such a wide variety of excursions that we didn't want to limit it to just a few options per stop. So we wanted to give our guests the opportunity to choose amongst the very diverse list of excursions. So you can pre-book your excursions, but they are to be confirmed once on board the ship. And so the ship is absolutely great. But what, truly sets the Paul Gauguin Cruises experience apart, I start with our service. People rave about our crew. When they come back, the ship, our guests are just so happy with the wonderful service that was provided. So we have a total of 217 crew members on board, so for 330 guests. So that's one of the highest crew to guest ratio in luxury cruising. They provide a very attentive but not intrusive experience on board. And then, of course, our Gauguins and our Gauguins. We have a troupe of local Tahitian hosts on board our ship. So around 8 local Tahitian hosts that we call the Gauguins and the Gauguins. And their role on board is to share their love for their culture and the destination through storytelling, dancing instructions, arts and crafts, and just overall passion for the destination. So it's definitely a key selling point. Well, I mean, it really does contribute to the amazing experience because you're fully immersed in French Polynesia when you're off the ship in destination, but also when you come back on the ship, thanks to these wonderful people. Of course, we also have a marina where we offer water activities, so stand-up paddling, kayaking, all of that is included and done directly from the marina. We also have snorkeling gear that we include, so if you don't necessarily want to go on an excursion, you just want to go relax on a beach, you can take your snorkeling gear and still, be able to enjoy the beautiful underwater scenery. If you are a diver, and of course, it's one of the most perfect destinations for diving. We do have multiple packages depending on your level, depending on what you want to do. I do want to mention that we have 2 dive masters on board the ship, and scuba diving is actually not included, so it is an additional cost, such as the excursion. So like I already mentioned, we have a wonderful variety when it comes to excursions. There's something for everyone, whether you want to do something that's more relaxing, whether you want to do something that's more adventurous, more focused on water sports. There's always something for everyone, something that's more focused on culture. So again, like I mentioned, you can pre-book your excursions, but they will be firmly confirmed once you are on board the ship. A highlight for our guests is our private retreat. So we always have a day on all our itineraries at Motu Mahana, which is our private island. It is exclusive for our guests for Paul Gauguin Cruises. And this is just a wonderful day where we are going to spend the day on the island. There's going to be water sports. The Gauguins and the Gauguins are there. There's live music. There's a barbecue. There's a floating bar. And it's just a beautiful day to unwind, relax, and enjoy the destination. So again, a true highlight for our guests on every sailing. And then, of course, we also have a private beach for our guests in Bora Bora, which is absolutely stunning. I mentioned families a little bit earlier when I was talking about interconnecting staterooms. On certain sailings taking place during the holidays, so during the winter holidays as well as the summer holidays, we have a kids club for children aged from 6 to 15 years old. It's called the Moana Explorer Program. It is included. It's a wonderful opportunity for children to learn about the destination, again, thanks to enrichment from experts on board that lead the program. So this is, again, a favorite for families. So I highly recommend that you take a look at the program if you are traveling with children. And then in terms of the itineraries, we have a very wide variety when it comes to itineraries. We have 7 nights. If you want to do something a little bit shorter or maybe combine it with a pre and a post, we have 10-night sailings, 11-night sailing, 14-night sailings. We have longer itineraries as well that we call our boutique itineraries. But just to, I once again give you a snapshot of the main itineraries that we offer. The 7-night is really going to be concentrated on the Society Islands. So we always leave and end the cruise in Tahiti, so in Papeete, on the island of Tahiti, which is the capital. This is going to include 5 islands in 7 days. Of course, the full day at Motu Mahana, our private island, and we're going to visit these beautiful main islands of the Society Island. I feel like I've said island quite a few times here. Moving on, again, I'm not going to go super in depth when it comes to the itineraries because we still have a few slides to cover. But of course, once again, work with your travel advisor and make sure that you're selecting the itinerary that best fits your expectations, what you want to get out of the destination and the cruise, of course. So the 10-night itineraries will include the Society Islands and the Tuamotus as well. So the Society Islands are these beautiful, luscious islands with beautiful lagoons, beautiful nature. The Tuamotus are actually flat. And what's amazing about these itineraries, not these itineraries, but these islands, is that there is a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve in Fakarava, which is one of the islands. So if you like underwater scenery, this is the place to go. It's absolutely amazing. I have heard that it is heaven on earth. So wonderful itinerary. And then we also have 11-night itineraries that will include the Cook Islands if you want a more culturally diverse experience. And then one of our longer itineraries would be our 14-night Marquesas, Tuamotus, and Society Islands. So like I mentioned a little bit earlier in the presentation, the Marquesas are, more volcanic, more more wild than the Society Islands and the Tuamotu. So this is an interesting itinerary when it comes to diversity regarding the landscapes. And of course, I wanted to end by mentioning that for 2 years in a row, we have consistently been recognized by the Condé Nast Reader's Choice Awards in the small ship category. This is just a great testimonial to the experience that we offer. And before we wrap up, I wanted to I'm sorry, Kathy, I've just been going on and on and on. But if you want to share your experience, I would love to hear from you as well, because you were just there, actually.
Yeah, thank you, Erica. Yeah. So the pictures that you were showing, I truly remember the trip I had in December. It was truly amazing. The whole experience from the moment you got on the ship, it was quick, it was seamless. To the actual experience that we had on the ship. The dining was exceptional. The staff is fantastic. There was a lot of little things that made a big difference, like during lunch and breakfast when we were in the main dining room, and it's like a buffet style. You go get your plate, and as you're walking to your table, the staff will come over. They'll take the plate out of your hand, and they'll actually walk you to your table. They would do this on a daily basis. They really got to know your name, so you really felt special on the ship. The rooms were fantastic. The scenery is exceptional. It's really, truly a bucket list. The private island in Bora Bora, we couldn't get enough of it. I think we stayed on the beach until the last, until we were like almost forced to leave. It was fabulous. They had the bar set up out in the water. They had a barbecue for us. They had local entertainment. They have these really cool things. It's like sea cucumbers. I hope I'm saying it right. So little sea cucumbers all over the place. So they were kind of cute because we had to like step over them. And those sea cucumbers, that's what makes the water so pristine and beautiful. The sand is like pure white. The whole trip was amazing. And like Erica said, you can do activities off the boat. So the day we got on the boat, we went down to the marina. We got fitted for our snorkel gear, and you just hold on to your snorkel gear for the entire duration of the cruise. And like Erica said, you can use it on when you go to your excursions, you just take it with you. So that was amazing. I did as much snorkeling as possible. I tried to get as much, the experiences of all the islands as much as possible. The fish is unbelievable. It's so beautiful. We did snorkeling with the sharks. That was quite an experience. I didn't stay in the water that long. My husband stayed out there a little longer than I did. I said, I'll take the pictures. But every single experience was absolutely amazing. Just truly loved it. The people were fantastic. It was awesome. It was great.
I'm so glad you got to experience it. And it's such a beautiful destination. And I think that like the photos, I actually haven't been yet. I am going to go in a few months for the first time. But everybody that I know tells me the photos don't do it justice. It's so beautiful. So I'm excited to experience it. And I'm so happy that you had the opportunity to experience it, Kathy, as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And they'll have like nights, like white nights, Polynesian nights on there as well. They have local people come in one day and they'll make leis for you, and the entire ship smells like flowers. Oh my God, it's amazing. It's truly amazing, right? So they'll set up, and all the girls will sit on the floor, and they'll make their head leis for you, And yeah, it was an amazing experience. Yeah, it was great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I hope that Kathy's testimonial inspired you, and to experience it for yourself, because we're waiting for you on board. Thank you again, Kathy, so much. I did just want to wrap up by mentioning a few special offers that we currently have in market for you to take advantage of, including our Take Your Sweetie to Tahiti offer, which has been extended until the end of the month of April. So what this is it's a great offer. It's a shipboard credit of $1,000 per stateroom for 2 people booked on all 2026 sailings. So we still have availability for sailings coming up in the next month before the end of the year. And what is really great with this offer is that shipboard credit, compared to the Ponant one where I was telling you, oh, well, you can go to the spa, you can go to the boutique. This shipboard credit with Paul Gauguin, you can actually use it for your shore excursions. So it's actually a very great offer. So yeah, it has been extended until the end of April. I hope that you can take advantage of it. Again, just reach out to your travel advisor at Team Friesen at Expedia Cruises, and they'll be able to, provide further details. But it's a fantastic offer. I also wanted to mention, for Canadian residents, we always apply a 5% savings on all sailings, and that can be combined with the Take Your Sweetie to Tahiti offer. So make sure that if you're a Canadian resident, that you're benefiting of this great offer just for you. And then I also wanted to mention solo travelers. So Ponant and Paul Gauguin Cruises combined, we have over 100 departures with no single supplement, and that's all destinations. So we have a few sailings on Paul Gauguin Cruises, but with Ponant, all destinations worldwide. There's sailings in 2026, 2027, even 2028 that don't have any single supplement. So this is great if you travel solo, or if you're traveling within a small group, but you want the intimacy of your own stateroom. And then, of course, just a reminder about our Smithsonian Journeys offer. Again, another shipboard credit of up to $1,000 per booking for 2 people, and this is also applicable on all 2026 voyages. This offer does end a little bit earlier than the Paul Gauguin Cruises one, so at the end of the month of March. But there's still time. But keep in mind, again, we have over 450 destinations worldwide. There's bound to have something that is going to suit what you're looking for, your next travel plans. So thank you so much for your time tonight, and we truly look forward to welcoming you on board.
Thank you so much, Erica. And Kathy, thank you, because that is the best story ever. Someone who has just recently been. I was there for my 10th anniversary, which is many years ago, unfortunately. And I do have to say, swimming with the sharks was amazing. Everybody should do it. And I think that we're so used to watching Jaws that it just kind of mixes it all up, right? But
oh boy, yeah.
yeah, right. Yeah, that's what you think of when you think of sharks. You're like, oh no. But yes, it was. But I agree. I actually had people screaming in the water. They weren't used to that many fish. So it is truly an amazing experience. Although I have to say, Erica, I'm sitting here and I'm on my computer, and you start showing all the things and breaking the ice, and I have to admit, I tuned out there and I got my phone. And I'm like, what the heck? How can I book that? So yes, thank you so much. It was amazing. And Kathy, thank you for joining us tonight and telling us about your story. And if you're out there watching this, we are going to be really showing the destination of French Polynesia next month on our website. So please reach out to your Expedia Cruises consultant with Team Friesen, and they will be able to share their link, and you will be able to watch different videos and hear from people like Kathy and other people who have been to this destination, and really learn their experiences and why you may want to look at that. So thank you so much, ladies. On the screen right now, we do have a way to contact all our stores very quickly, again, starting at the top through the north. Thunder Bay, Sault Ste. Marie, Sudbury, North Bay, Aurelia, Barrie, Hamilton, Burlington North, Dundas, Woodstock, London North, London South, London West, Windsor, Chatham, and Sarnia. And St. Thomas phone number, I apologize, I didn't put up there. It is in there, but if you contact one of the London stores, they will be able to redirect you anyways. So thank you, Erica, so much for coming back to us tonight. And Kathy, you as well, because you were also all set to go 2 weeks ago. And thank you everybody for watching. And if you're watching the video of this, it's going to be next month, I guess. Thank you as well. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.